signs that you might have a thyroid imbalance and what you can do about it. Every tissue in our body contains hormone receptors, and the thyroid gland produces thyroid hormones which have effects on all of these different tissues in our body. And the thyroid gland can be either overactive or underactive. For example, with an overactive thyroid, you can get weight loss. With an underactive thyroid, you can get weight gain. With an overactive thyroid, you might find that you have loads and loads of energy, almost too much energy. With an underactive thyroid, you might find yourself very, very lethargic and sleepy. You can get gut symptoms from diarrhea with overactive thyroid to constipation with underactive thyroid. The symptoms are so far ranging, and with some it can overlap in both directions. For example, both overactive and underactive can cause problems with hair loss. Underactive thyroid specifically can also cause dry and brittle hair as well as dry skin, and you can also start to lose the hair on the outer third of the eyebrow. Both under and overactive thyroid could cause menstrual cycle disturbances. Both can have quite severe consequences in their extreme. You can develop essentially comas from allowing this to go unregulated at either end of the scale too dramatically. So the first thing I would say is that if you suspect you have a thyroid problem, you should seek medical advice. Go and see your GP, have some blood tests. Blood tests available on the NHS will generally look at something called your TSH. You may find if you have other blood tests run, they can show up other things like your T4 or your T3, which are your actual thyroid hormones, which can be extremely useful to know and understand. Your GP will likely, if they find a thyroid abnormality, prescribe for you. There are various prescription medications depending on whether you're under or overactive. Further treatment options can include things like radioactive iodine if you have an overactive thyroid, for example. So there can be many different things that can be done to treat both ends of the spectrum. Once your condition is under control, we can also consider whether or not there would be benefit in certain types of supplements. So for example, iodine, selenium, and the amino acid tyrosine can all be very useful for helping to manage good thyroid function. But I would say these are not to be used in the initial setting of you've discovered you have a thyroid problem, because we have to remember some of these consequences can be really severe. Racing heart rates, for example, palpitations. We don't want to let these go unmanaged. If this content has been useful for you, please give it a thumbs up or send me a little message below, and please do subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this.